Hey guys, Sean Taylor here, flip2freedom.com. Hope you're doing well today. All right, and in this video, I want to talk about how to wholesale during a real estate market crash. So I'm going to give you a market update, what's going on currently in the market. Then I'm going to give you a couple examples of deals that we're doing right now during this real estate market crash. This is literally a falling knife. I'm going to show you. In certain markets across the country, house prices are dropping dramatically. So, how do you do deals? How do you contract and do deals and sell properties in a real estate market crash? So, we're going to talk about some data and go over some stuff. So, first off, I wholesaled during the 2008 crash. And I can tell you one thing is that during that time, cash buyers pulled out of the market or they offered ridiculously low prices for wholesale properties, meaning in Phoenix, houses that were 200,000 were selling for $20,000 and $30,000. So that's how bad it got in 2008. So, but the interesting thing is during that time, retail buyers bought. FHA buyers came out of the woodworks. There were conventional buyers, VA buyers. They continued to buy during the crash. Now, I'm going to take you in the computer right here, and I'm going to show you just a little, some quick info here. So check this out. So this right here is 2008. Right. And this is inventory. Inventory controls everything in the marketplace. I got started back here in 2003. We're in a low inventory environment. Then I wholesaled all the way through this real estate market crash. Supply got up to 12.2 months supply in the market. Home prices so this was the very bottom of the real estate market back in the 2008 crash. Like I said, houses in Phoenix were going for $250,000. We're going for $20,000 during this crash period right here. So it was bad. And why was it bad? Because there was tons of inventory. Well, what happened is the Federal Reserve came out, and what they did here in 2009, you see, they pivoted and they essentially started quantitative easing, which means they're pumping money into the market, and they increased their balance sheet in 2015 by $4.2 trillion on their balance sheet. So now when they pump money into the market, asset classes like real estate goes up, commodities go up, the stock market goes up and goes vertical. When they quantitative ease. So what happens is they started quantitative easing because of the recession. And what happened was you see inventory started to collapse, which increased home values. So then over here for all these years, look at all these years right here. It's kind of like a sideways channel. Then here's what happened here in 2020. We know the pandemic hit. Inventory went to rock bottom to 3.4 months supply, almost back down to here to 2004 inventory levels. Because they took all their houses off the market. People didn't want people during a pandemic to walk through their house. So then what happened? Well, inventory surged now. So now we're in an environment right now where we have high inventory up to 10.1 months supply in July. It went down a little bit, went up a little bit more, and went down a little bit. So it's going to continue to go up like this. It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. But I think we're going to get to super high. I think we actually might meet or exceed this January 2009 12.2 month supply just because of what is going on with the market. So what created this? Why did this happen? Well, the Federal Reserve at the beginning of 2022 came out and said they're quantitative tightening, meaning they're pulling money out of the market. So what they did was they pumped here another $4 trillion in the market because of 2020. And their plan now is to pull that money out of the market. And they've already started, and they started their what's called their tapering in early January. They came out saying they're going to do a rate raising campaign because of inflation rates are so high, and they're going to pull money out of the market. So their plan is to pull money out of the market till 2027, which if you do that, it collapses real estate prices, it collapses commodity prices, collapses the stock market like you've seen. So if you see the stock market right now, it's dropped dramatically. Now we've come up into a counter trend rally. We're coming right up to this trend line right here. We're just a couple points, maybe 7 points away from the hitting this trend line, and I think we're going to see another drop that's going to go down pretty low right here. So if you look at that right here, with the stock market and the real estate is a lagging indicator. Stock market, gets hit first. If you see right back here, this is the beginning of January. The market started to collapse because of the quantitative tightening. So now we look at, if we go over here and we see where we are with, this is really important, home affordability. Back in 2007, right, prior to the crash, right down here, home affordability was incredibly low. Then what happened was home affordability went up because prices went down and interest rates went down. And all of a sudden, boom, now we're at like dramatic lows down here. Why? Because interest rates are now increasing and home prices have increased. So we'll eventually become affordable, but it's going to go up. And what has to happen is real estate prices have to come down and interest rates will eventually have to come down. The Fed will pivot at some point and they will start a rate lowering campaign. Now, if we go back and look at rates right here, this is again, they started in early 2022, their rate raising campaign to fight inflation. Now, if we look at right here, we got 7.08 interest rate for a mortgage in the United States right now. If I take this line all the way across, we're basically right here at about 2002 interest rates. So from 2000, so we got 20 years of interest rates lower than where we are right now. So that's a shock to the economy. I think they're going to continue raising rates, and we could see rates up in the 8, 9, 10 plus percent because inflation is still high right now. Here's another interesting chart if you want to see if the red line right here is the consumer loans. And the blue line is savings. If you see, here's the pandemic of 2020 right here. If you see, look at savings rate hit like all-time high because people couldn't spend any money. Then all of a sudden, look at the savings rate now where we are sitting in 2022 versus the loan rate. Now it's just it's the gap is just dramatic, like we're seeing right here. So who knows what's going to happen here? Is it going to continue to go up? It's going to continue to go down. So as we go into a recession, I think we're going into a recession here in 2023 at the latter part of 2023. And what's that going to do to the real estate market? You're going to have increased inventory. You're going to have increased interest rates. Stock market's going to come down, even further. We're going to get more foreclosures that's going to be hitting the market. And it's going to be definitely an interesting time. So the question is, now you see the real estate market, everything that's going on, what's impacting it? Now the question is, how do you wholesale houses in a real estate market where cash buyers are pulling out or offering stupid low prices? Well, a couple different things. If we know that retail buyers are actually buying, here's what we're doing. I'll give you an example of a couple deals that we've done right here. If I can bring up a case study right here. And I want to show you basically a case study on some deals that we've done and give you an idea of what we're doing. So here's basically what we're doing is, here's a case study of a property here in a Drayton Place Drive, Monk's Corner, South Carolina. So first off, you see that the population of Monk's Corner, I think, is 10 to 12,000. So we're doing deals all across the United States. We're virtual wholesaling all across the United States. We never go look at a property. We never go in the property, and we're working with sellers to help them get their properties sold. Now, we are offering lower prices because our cash buyers are offering lower prices. And then we're pivoting to a potentially higher price if we want to help them list their property and get their property sold via the MLS, where they don't have to deal with any hassles of the uncertainty of what price they're going to get and when it's going to close. So if I go back over here, This property, Zestimate was 249. It came in from AdWords, which is a pay-per-click advertising. And it's pay-per-click, and there's Bing pay-per-click, there's Google pay-per-click. So this came in from an AdWords campaign. Seller wanted to move out of state. The lowest acceptable is 300,000. We actually bought the property for 205,000 and listed the property for 204. So we contracted for 205,000 and exited the property at 245. Now we listed the property on the MLS for 249. We got an offer accepted at 245. We paid a 2% commission to the realtor, and the timeline all took 3 weeks to get this deal done. So if you look at it on this particular deal in a small town, Moncks Corner, South Carolina, we listed the property active 249 and went pending a couple days later, and we closed it for 245 for a $33,170 profit. Now, we're doing this, 15, 20 deals a month right now just by contracting the property, listing the property on the MLS. We're opportunistic on whether it be a cash offer, a VA, a conventional loan, an FHA offer, and then we're able to get deals closed just like that. Now, there's specific techniques we'll talk about. We actually have, if you click a link in the bio, it's called Bear Market Millions. We show you exactly how to do deals nationally and how to do deals via the MLS and be opportunistic on the offer, whether it be a conventional offer or a cash offer. All right, let's look at the next one over here. So if we go back to the next one, this one is in Youngstown, Ohio. Check this out. So population 64,000. Yeah, population for this one, the one previous, there was 11,370. I forgot I wrote that there. So population for this one, 64,000. Estimate 68,400. Acquisition, again, we came from pay-per-click advertising. AdWords is one of our best marketing methods. Inherited property. So someone inherited the property on the property. The lowest acceptable was 55,000. We got the property under contract for 40,000. We listed the property for $69,000. We accepted an offer for 68. We paid a $1,360 commission, and it took roughly 2 weeks. So this is the property right here, listed on the MLS for 69, when pending a couple days later, and then turn around and close 68,000 for a $26,000 profit. Now, just those two deals alone that we're showing you is over $60,000 in revenue. Just on those two deals, and that's just two out of a ton of deals. Our average deal size right now from deals we're doing is over $26,000 a deal using this method right here. So if you've been trying to wholesale houses and you're having a hard time getting properties under contract, or maybe if you have a hard time selling your property to cash buyers, or cash buyers are offering too low on your property, then you're having to go back and renegotiate with the seller, then understanding exactly how to execute this model is incredibly important. So let me show you another one over here, and look at this one. This is in Morrisville, North Carolina, population 38,000, right outside of Charlotte. $223,000 was his estimate. It was a bad tenant situation, went in and trashed the place, got the property under contract for 80,000. So buy price was on 80, exit price $180,000. We listed it for 150, and we got an offer for $180,000. So we listed it super low. And then the property bid up. And the reason we could list it low, because we got the property under contract for the $80,000. So 2% commission, timeline 3.5 weeks. You can see we listed it active for $150,000. A couple days later, went pending at $180, right? So bid up. We have multiple offers on this thing like crazy in a little town in Morrisville of 38,000 people. Most people do not want to do deals in small towns. And I can tell you there is so much money to be made as a real estate wholesaler, understanding how to do virtual deals in markets across the country. So you can get properties under contract. You can get deals. And this was a out-of-state owner. There was the tenant that trashed the property. They just wanted to get out of the deal. This particular deal, we made $89,530 on this particular property. So The bottom line is that you can do deals. You have to understand a specific way to do them. It's not like it was, if you go back in the marketplace right here, if you go back all the way, I mean, the market's been good. Most people got started doing deals back here, back in the early, 2010, 2011. And it's easy doing wholesaling during a market like this. You have a low inventory environment. Buyers are buying in properties. Even when it dipped and then they were pumping money into the marketplace, we had low inventory. House prices were going up like crazy, right? And it's easy to do deals in a low inventory in a market where the Federal Reserve is pumping money into the marketplace. It becomes difficult now when the market shifts, inventory increases, the Federal Reserve is pulling money out of the market, stock market's crashing, investors are very cautious on what they're going to do. And what do we do to basically go out there and crush it? Well, we've doubled down on our marketing. We've increased our marketing budgets, and we're hiring people. I just literally we hired more people. We're hiring some more virtual assistants. We're training them as being closers over the phone. We got local people that we've hired. So in this environment, there's more distressed sellers, and understanding how to exit properties in this manner is critical. Now, the good thing, it's great because we list the property with a real estate agent. And when there's full disclosure to the seller knows exactly what we're doing. They agree with it because a lot of sellers don't want to have the money to fix the property if they have to get it fixed. They don't want to deal with cleaning it and decluttering it and staging it and painting the painting the walls, the carpet or whatever. So we come in, we'll take all that burden off them, and all they got to do is just work with us, get the property listed, and we'll handle all the phone calls, any type of showings to go see the property. We have a local agent on the ground that gets the listing on the property, so it's a win-win all the way around for everybody. And people go, well, why don't they just list it themselves? Well, they can. A lot of people don't want to deal with that. Maybe they're working. We have a property in Maryland right now where seller actually works from 7 o'clock in the morning till 6, 7 o'clock at night. They don't have time to deal with clean up the property and deal with that. They just want to get the deal done. And we're able to help them execute and get that property done. And we're basically helping them facilitate where they can get the deal done. So this is what we're doing. It's working really well. If you want to learn more, just go click the link below. In the description, Bear Market Millions, there's a webinar. You can learn exactly what we do and how we do it, how to find these small markets, what we're doing for marketing, more specifically on AdWords, how that works, what constitutes a deal and what's not a deal, how to make an offer. We have a special calculator we use to make offers. So that really works. So hope this helps. Have an awesome day. Go out there and crush it. And I'll see you in the next video. God bless.